All right, DC, you have almost made it. You are almost through the traffic nightmare, which is the NATO Summit. The summit slowly coming to an end in the district, but we are in the middle of one more chaotic commute. Now, all week long, we have been staying on top of the multiple road closures across the city as dozens of world leaders tried to maneuver through town. A lot of you have been telling us you've had to sit in traffic for hours just to get from point A to point B, or maybe you got tied up for a motorcade or two, or even three. Had them all interrupt your commute. Regardless, after today, DMV traffic is expected to go back to normal, whether you look at that as a good thing or a bad thing. Taking a look at the commute right now, specific to the Washington Convention Center where the NATO Summit is happening right now, you see the key streets here, right? You've got Rhode Island Avenue, that's going to be slow. Outside of the perimeter, 11th Street looks to be running well right now. 6th Street right here, a little bit slow, especially headed southbound. Traffic here going northbound, obviously that's where 6th and 7th will turn into Georgia Avenue, so that's a little thick, and a little thick up there on Rhode Island Avenue as well. Massachusetts Avenue going up this way, I just checked that a second ago, that didn't look too bad. And then take a look, 395 headed southbound right here. You're looking good if you're trying to get out of town. Now, our Matt Gregory has been in the thick of the NATO Summit traffic all week long, helping us to navigate these closures. He's with us now with the live look at conditions on the roads. Matt, you've been giving us this great perspective, inside of how all this has been going down. And today we're going to get to look at behind the madness. What do you got to show us?
Yeah, in a little bit we'll show you what's behind all of the motorcades and how that's being sort of orchestrated and scheduled around the city. But Adam, you're talking about 11th Street, and we're right here at 11th and Mass, and we'll give you an idea. It might look all right from above, but on the ground level, we already got that rush hour beginning. And by the way, yesterday, Edwin, the photographer, and I were stuck in this, right? It's a 2-mile drive back to the station, hour and a half to get back. And this is just the beginning, guys. It gets much worse than this, and we're kind of expecting that to happen, especially with these motorcades coming, because they're about to wrap up the Secretary General's press conference here at the convention center. So soon, diplomats will be heading out, dignitaries, all scheduled by this same security service, the Diplomatic Security Service. Let's take you inside to where they are. This is their command center. We've been talking about Secret Service all week, but these are the guys doing the bulk of the work. Those motorcades, some are done by Secret Service. These, though, this week mostly handled by the State Department's Diplomatic Security Service. You might not be familiar with them, but they gave us a look inside their command center in Rosslyn. They handle security for all the diplomats, all the dignitaries, and from this command center, they track and coordinate the routes and security details for dozens of those dignitaries' rides, their movements, everything. Take a look inside from the assistant director.
So NATO Summit, we have a lot of foreign dignitaries that have come into town. We're almost at 50 protective details that we're running around Washington, D.C. with right now. What you see here is our Dignitary Protection Operations Center. So all of our protective operations are threat-driven. In a place like this, we'll deconflict schedules, make sure motorcades can go in and out. So we have analysts here. We have people monitoring open source. So we'll watch just open Twitter feeds or whatever, working with the agents in charge of each individual protective detail, kind of give them their assignments when they can arrive, how they can get there. We'll often take different motorcade routes to keep the details sort of from converging and jamming up all traffic. I mean, honestly, nothing worth reporting. We had some people being stupid, right? As you sometimes have at these events, carrying weapons where they shouldn't carry weapons, but no threats or anything like that. So far, everything's been going according to plan.
Yeah, you heard Andrew's answer there when I was asking about any threats. He said, none so far. Again, back at the traffic, take a look at this. We're starting to box up. Again, this is what I'm talking about, by the way. Two streets, and 2 streets, right? So 2 roads all converging down to 2. So it's 6 roads down to 2. That's what's really going to be the bulk of the problems here as people try to get out of the city. We're going to come back at 5 o'clock and give you an idea, because if it's anything like yesterday, we're going to have a lot to show you as we wrap up NATO week. We're expecting all of this to return to normal tomorrow. But for now, in downtown D.C., I'm Matt Gregory. Back to you guys.
Matt, to hear him say people being stupid, just shocking allegations. We never witnessed anything like that around here, do we?
The National Guard guys here were like, some dude came up here with an AK-style rifle yesterday. Now, they wouldn't say if he was just a random citizen or if it was someone who got detached from their security detail, but it sounds like just people with weapons in the wrong places. What can you say, man? It's NATO week and everything's crazy.
Yeah, madness. Keep your assault-style weapons at home today would be a good bet. All right, Matt, thank you.